Make sure you guys like and share their stuff.
Yeah.
You guys have no idea. Subscribe to our channels. Oh my God, subscribe. If you knew how much that helped, we wouldn't be talking right now.
Hey May, welcome back.
What up? You're watching Regarding. It's a show about two POC.
Recommending theater in NYC.
My name is Ray Yamanuchi. I'm a playwright.
My name is Maria Paz Alegre. I'm an artist and a theater critic.
And today we have the great pleasure about talking about a show from Soho Rep called Passage.
As well as an electric interview with the unforgettable ANALISA Velez.
Stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
Stick around.
Passage is at Soho Rep. It's written by Christopher Chen and directed by Sahim Ali.
Country X and Country Y come to an impasse when a lauded local doctor is accused of a crime by a housewife that is a member of the foreign ruling class. I'm almost speechless. This is an amazing show.
Yeah, I really like it. You know, I think Chris Chen is super underrated. I love this guy. He had this show called Caught, I think 2 years ago at La Mama, which was, you know, to this day, it's still one of the best shows I've ever seen. So super hype about this show.
So why isn't he like better known? Why isn't he, lighting up theaters? Because this was amazing.
So slept on, this guy. He's so slept on. I think people don't produce his work because he's an Asian American playwright who doesn't talk about Asian American identity. You know, it's all about very cerebral things that incorporates, colonization and sort of that sort of political, racial, or ethnic stuff, but doesn't really address it in a way that speaks to identity as a person. And that's not what the American theater wants, apparently. For all the people who know hip hop, it's the comparison I make is he's like the MF Doom of playwrights. He's like that cerebral kind of crazy shit, you know what I mean? Just so underrated and just flies under the radar, but he's fucking great, man. The clever nerd, the best MC with no chain you ever heard. That's Chris Chen, no, for real though. The play is basically Country X is a colonized country by Country Y. And all the characters have letters instead of actual names. So it's very much, what I loved about it is the audience members can ascribe their own historical or social meaning to this play. And so it's based on E.M. Forster's A Passage to India, which is about the British colonization of India. But when I was watching it, I immediately thought of like Israel and Palestine, or like the Hutus and the Tutsis in Rwanda, or right now like the Uyghurs in China, or Black America and White America.
I was thinking of the Spaniards in the Philippines. Like I love that, because just like it's like inscribe country here and like literally country X, country Y, and so you could kind of create your own thing. And I was actually kind of disappointed when I found out that it was based off of E.M. Forster, because it's like, oh, okay, that makes perfect sense, India, England, but like I already had it, like I almost didn't need it, like because I got the meat of what was there. So something that I haven't experienced before was at first I was, Christopher Chen, I know you're Asian, because we had to take off our shoes before we came in.
That is mad Asian.
Cheers and thank you. So we took off our shoes, and then we were welcomed by these people in robes, and they had these soft voices. We're just like, hi, please find your seat here. And there was like almost like a mist in the air, and there's maybe some kind of very light perfume, and I was just like, oh, I'm in a spa, yes, please and thank you. I got my shoes off, I got my little spa cushion, everything was in neutral tones, it was great lighting. I'm like, I am ready to be immersed in this production.
In the context of the play, it's part of this ritual, this temple atmosphere, where the country X and country Y sort of have this neutral area to coexist. And that sort of ritual element, and coupled with the fact that everyone is just letters, gave it this Brechtian element. And also there were direct addresses by the actors, so they would just address their audience.
So the actors introduced themselves with their actual names and at
the top of the show,
and their racial backgrounds as well, who they are, where they come from, even like geographic history, like, oh, I'm from Ohio, I went to college in Boston, and I live in Harlem. Like it was very, we got introduced to all of them.
Right. And so I feel like that element really made me feel like I had to take a step back and not feel so emotionally invested, which to me is very Brechtian.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was nice. I'm like, hello, nice to meet you. Like, it was nice to know their names and who they are. Like, that was cool. But as far as direct address, I think because direct address, it wasn't necessarily a consistent thing. There were very specific times when it happened. And those specific times kind of took me out. And I'm like, oh, because I thought it was immersion. It felt immersive. Like, I took off my shoes. I'm sitting on a spa cushion. You know, like, around us is this almost like white noise of something sacred, and then suddenly like, oh hey, was like, oh okay. But I mean, it didn't like completely turn it off for me. It was just suddenly like, oh yeah, a reminder.
Passage is at Soho Rep. It's running until May 26th, so definitely get your butts over there.
And for those of you that say, oh, I can't afford theater, they have $1 rush nights. You're gonna have to wait in line, but it's worth it, especially for this show. $1 for the theater? Psh, your coffee will cost more.
Also, shout out to Soho Rep for always just putting on great shows. All their shows are just so unique, and they really utilize the theater medium to the fullest extent. I appreciate the theater company, so go support them. Go support them.
So there are some shows that we would have liked to have seen, but we were not able to review. But something that I really want to shout out is Bound by Amarinda Theater Company. It was shouted out originally by Larissa Fasthorse, one of our guests who also wrote the Thanksgiving play. This play is written and directed by Tara Moses. It's going to be at Theater for New City only until May 12th. Amarinda is the American Indian Native Indigenous theater company. It's one of the biggest in New York City, and it's about native land, walls, pipelines, and all of the issues that come with it. And it's something that issue is something that is so on my heart all the time. So definitely come and see this play.
Yeah. What I'm interested in is the Club Thumb Summer Works. Club Thumb also does like really I wouldn't say experimental because that's not really the right label, but they do very different work that's not the mainstream theater that you normally see.
Avant-garde?
Yeah, that's also I think is a little different. They just, it's one of those things where it just sort of pushes the medium of theater a lot, especially in this tiny, small space. You know, I think they do really great work. That's running from May 17th till June 29th.
Can I just say, Clubbed Thumb, if you could give discounts to those of us with clubbed thumbs, by the way, I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, it's exploitation.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
It's how I truly feel.
Well, cheers.
In studio, we have actor, playwright, and producer of School for Legends at Cherry Lane Theater. So happy to welcome ANALISA Velez.
Hey, I'm in the studio!
Thank you, ANALISA, for coming on to the show. Thank you so much.
Welcome to our amazing studio.
Beautiful space.
Thank you. You are the producer for School for Legends at Cherry Lane Theater. Can you tell us a little bit about the show, how it came to be?
Yeah, so I am one of the producers. The other producer is Montgomery Morrow, and that's with No Tomorrow Productions.
Okay.
How did it come about? So
what is it? Can you tell us what it is?
Yeah. School for Legends it's a legendary show. It is. What I do is, and this is an idea I actually got from Kareem Lucas. If you don't know who Kareem Lucas is, you need to find out.
We have reviewed Kareem on the show. Yeah.
Dope. Well, I went to his show Q&A, and I noticed that he gives people prompts, and I was like, oh, I want to do that too. So, I was in a meeting. I was in a meeting with Cherry Lane. To produce another event, and then I was like, yo, but I got this show that I want to do. And they're like, all right, you got 2 weeks to put it up. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, it's before Christmas. I'm like, yo, do you know how hard it is to get people in seats, during Christmas? And they're like, well, make it happen. So I was like, okay, great, I'll do that. And so what I do is I give artists a prompt to create from for the night, and then I have an in-house beatboxer and an in-house singer riffing off of them. So it's like elements of like call and response, but also just, it's magic. Yeah.
So these artists, what kind of things do they put up as an example, I guess, to give an idea for our viewers?
What kind of artists are...
or shows, or what's the vibe like?
Yeah, it's everything. So I have dope MCs, like I got dope rappers, playwrights, actors, poets, singers. If you have an art that you want to bring to the show, and I feel that the energy's right, and you could fit with the prompt for that specific show, like you're on. That's just what it is.
I've seen modern dancers there.
Yeah. Emily, she was dope. Yeah.
And you do this once a month, right?
Yeah, like once a month or once every 2 months. It
Got
just
it.
depends on space. And
Got it. And we can
Yeah.
find this information at Cherry Lane.
Ooh, you can find this information at Cherry Lane, cherrylanetheater.org, or you can find it and follow us at School for Legends Alumni on Instagram. You can also follow me at ANALISA Velez because I post a lot. Yeah.
We fan.
All right.
So the theme of your last show was, if you could create your own American dream, what would it look like?
Yeah.
So that was
Heavy.
heavy.
That was a heavier one.
Yeah, and like,
Yeah.
how do you come up with the prompts for the show?
It's gonna sound weird, but I just let the spirit kind of lead me, honestly. Like with this time, I think subconsciously it kept coming up. I don't know why. I was auditioning for a show and I realized that the theme of the show was an immigrant coming to America and trying to get that American dream. And then I started hearing it in music, and then I was just seeing it a lot in just different visuals. And I was like, okay, that's what it needs to be. So that's how it came about.
It also seems like, I know you say unconsciously, but it seems very topical.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
the American dream is a big topic right now in theater in general.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's sort of talking about it. I feel like there's a quote unquote American dream play like every season. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it's a big thing.
Yeah,
It's a big
there's
thing.
and we've seen quite a lot of it, like almost
Yeah.
in some ways Ain't No More, which we did recently. It's like
Oh,
almost
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like, what is your American dream away from America? So
Ooh.
it was deep.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, you know, I've been to I think most of your shows, and you know, usually it's super high energy, it's super like wild and out. That one though was more subdued, but I also, like, this is not a criticism of it, because like Ray said, like, it being topical. A lot of you identify as Latinx, you're Dominican, Rican from Florida. A lot of people that came on were also Latin, and you know, and I'm an immigrant, and I understand that when someone asks me my American dream, like,
Loaded. Loaded.
So I felt like the gravity of that was absolutely apt. You know, I was really moved by that.
Thank you for saying that. My grandpa actually surprised me for that specific show. Yeah, and he had told me, he's like, Mommy, I wanted to talk and say something, but I couldn't. I couldn't. And that just got me. You know, my grandfather came and he has like literally 7 kids. And yeah, when I heard him and he got it, I was like, okay, we're doing something right.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
That's deep. Oh my God.
But normally it's not always heavy. Like sometimes we have a DJ, you know.
Yeah, but like that being said, like I still, you know, it moved me.
How long has this been running? How long have you been doing?
School for Legends?
Yeah.
My baby has been running for a year and a couple months now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and that doesn't sound like a long time, but it is.
No, she's
If
a
y'all knew the
toddler.
str-
She's a toddler now.
She's a baby, and if y'all knew the struggle, like to get there, you know, because I don't.
And Elisa, we've been doing this show for like 2 years.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
know,
you drop
it's
out, and it's like,
similar,
oh,
yeah.
and then 2 people will show up, and you're like, we have 19 performers. This is
Yeah.
so great. You know what I mean? So. Yeah.
Not a struggle.
It's so real.
Yeah.
What? Producing is so real.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
necessary, though. Very necessary. I think a
Yeah.
lot of artists really should take that on.
Yeah, and this is like a small local thing that I feel like really, the strength in it is its locality. You know what I mean?
I do, but the vision is so much bigger.
Oh, okay.
The vision is actually very big. The model I have for it is kind of like Def Poetry Jam meets Wildin' Out meets TED Talk. So that idea of like touring as well is, we're going places with
Oh,
this.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, so you wanna take it out of like?
Oh yeah,
you want it to grow.
It's gonna be a TV show, and it's also going to be a tour.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
there's
can
a
totally
bigger
see
vision.
that.
Yeah. Put that shit out into the world.
Yes.
Yes.
So what have been some of the biggest challenges or learning experience in creating School for Legends?
You said there were challenges.
There were challenges. I think the biggest one was me, to be completely honest. No, that's real. That's real. I think it was
What'd
me.
you learn about yourself, Annalisa?
No,
What'd you learn about yourself?
I don't mean to
legit.
make it like, you know what I'm saying? But I realized like, you need to collaborate with people. You can't do everything on your own. And I learned that from this acting teacher that I was taking a class with. He's like, I see you move a lot, but do you have people with you? And I was like, but like nobody can, show up and, do these things. And he's like, no, you gotta be patient and bring other people to help you. And I was like, oh, okay. And then after the first show, my producing partner, who's not my producing partner, he was like, yo, I wanna film this. And then he kept on showing up and just showing out. And I was like, do you wanna be another producer on this? And he's like, yeah. And the other thing is I also learned like, if you have too many people saying yes to the same thing, that's a problem. Because all those people don't actually need to be there if everybody's agreeing. You need to have some. You need to have some pushback in the sense of like we got to look at this from a different angle as well. That and then also just the challenge of like getting artists to really to follow through the entire time. It's easier now because people are like, oh, School for Legends, yeah, I got you, no problem. But it's hard at first when people are like, who are you? What are you doing? Where is this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, but like, there's a vision. They're like, I don't see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I respect that. No shade, no tea. But that was
absolutely.
So, do you have any advice to the younger theater people out there, or even like advice that you would have liked at a younger age?
It's never too late. It's not that you need enough money or you need space or whatever it is. You can do anything you want to do if you really want to do it. And I would like to let you know that if you bring other people that have those same interests together, the world cannot stop you. Go for it. What would I tell Annalisa at a younger age? I'm like, girl, stop worrying. Like, like you doing too much, sis. Like, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And 10 years from now, you're gonna be fine. And 20 years from now, you're gonna be amazing. Just keep on going and don't give up, because it's the people who say I'm gonna stop that stop, and they don't see the end of that dream become a reality.
You stay in the game, like.
Yeah, but I talk to so many OG actors, and I'm like, yo, how have you been doing this for 4 years? How have you? And they're like, we just stayed in line and we kept true to our craft and we honed our craft. And I'm like, I respect that. It's not easy, so keep on giving me, the lessons. But
all right, well, we're coming down to the final stretch of the interview.
Okay.
It's the recommendation segment. Do you know what to do?
Yes, I do. Okay.
Take it.
Recommendations. I also host for a dating website.
What?
Yeah. It's called City Swoon. So if you're looking for love, please come join us.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, City Swoon. And I personally really love helping people find love. So if you want to, hit me up. Let me know.
Wow.
The other thing is,
gosh.
make sure that you follow us, School for Legends Alumni, on IGTV or IG period, okay? Make sure you follow at Annalisa Velez. Make sure you like, comment, share. Hit me up on Facebook. If you want to collab, hit me up. Seriously. This is how things happen. And yeah, that's it. And if anybody, I guess this is is this a recommendation?
I do.
This is more so like, if you trying to produce my stuff, like, let me know. I'm recommending you to come to me to let me know you want to help produce. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And go see all your friends' stuff. Like, that's important.
Yeah.
That's important.
Support your fellow colleagues, man.
Yes.
For sure, for sure. Well, thank you.
Thank
You guys.
Thank you
This
for
is
coming on.
dope. Thank you so much.
It's
Here's
been
my
a pleasure.
signature. Gotta keep that up there.
Yeah, you know what's good.
She's
You know what's
cute.
good. Thank you, Annalisa, for coming on.
We love you, and we cannot wait to see the amazing stuff you're going to do. And check out the next School for Legends show. It's going to be amazing.
There's going to be an extended interview right here. So make sure you check that out.
Our website's really pretty. You did a really good
And
job.
You have to like and
Subscribe.
please.
It's so important to us. It keeps the lights on. It keeps this amazing setup. Look at that. These bricks are seamless, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen.
And our next episode is going to be the season finale for season 2, so stay tuned for that.
Our baby's growing
I
up
know.
so fast.
I know. And then for season 3, we're going to be in a whole new place. I'm moving out of my apartment, and we're going to a new one, so there's going to be a new set. It's going to be
so
dope.
pretty.
It's going to be
We
so
got a
pretty.
designer.
Maybe. We'll see.
going.
We'll see.
We're
We'll see.
going.
We'll see. See you later.
Cheers.